Welcome back to a video here, Euphoric Sports, and we're gonna get into it. If you have not been kept up with NBA news, Bradley Beal got traded not too long ago for a bag of potato chips, yellow bag, no flavor, salt and potato, the dried chips that you get, the last ones you want to get at a gas station. Those are the chips they got with Landry Shamet, just a shooter, 3-and-D, nothing special about his game. And then you got Chris Paul, who's probably going to get let go of by trade, or he's going to get released, bought out, whatever. Something's going to happen. I doubt that Chris Paul will be a Wizard next season. I doubt he has another OKC year because he's 38 years old. 38. I think he'd rather retire than fight for a play-in tournament spot. And then they didn't even get a first-round pick. They get second-round picks and some swaps for Bradley Beal. They got absolutely robbed in daylight. No one did a thing. No one saw it. They were like, wow, daylight robbery, and we're just going to ignore it. They got so scammed. This is the biggest scam I've honestly ever seen. And the fact that Chris Paul to the Lakers got vetoed and this didn't is absolutely blasphemy. And I do understand, Adam Silver wasn't the same commissioner, and different times and whatnot. But dude, this is the most imbalanced trade. This guy, the Suns got an A-. That is an A+ trade if it goes from quality. You got Bradley Beal for a 38-year-old, a 3-and-D guy, and some second-round picks. That should be an F and an A+. W scamming from the Phoenix Suns. But I'm here to tell you, this trade is actually not going to work for the Suns. I know I just said that they scammed the Wizards, that it's one of the biggest scams that have ever happened. But look at this contract. 46 million, then 50 million, then 53, 57. So you're stuck with this guy for the next 4 seasons, and he's going to get, for 3 out of 4 years, 50 plus million and up. And I'm telling you right now, I think for 2 seasons you'll get Bradley Beal at an all-star, production level around that. Probably won't be making the all-star team, but he'll make decent money. But 32 and 33 years old, he's not going to be all that, in my opinion. I just don't see Bradley Beal's averaging over 20 points these 2 years. And you're going to be saying, oh yeah, he'll be older, but he's going to be making more than half of $100 million in 1 season. He's going to be averaging less than 20 points. So he's going to start scamming the Suns. This guy, Bradley Beal, is the scammer behind the scammer. The Suns scammed the Wizards, and now he's going to be low-key scamming the Suns in a couple years. And then the thing is, I don't think basketball-wise this works, because Devin Booker is going to be running point most likely, unless they acquire someone or they take campaign you run point, which would be absolutely crazy, because I don't think campaign's really a starting point guard. But Devin Booker as point guard, if you see the stats, what I'm worried about is, he gets 26 points, and then his threes drop severely to 32.6. He's one of the most efficient players last playoffs. He was shooting lights out. He was going 18. He was missing 6 shots while taking over 20 shots. That's actually really good, very efficient. He was having monster games. But in the 64 games that he's played as a point guard, he's averaged 26 points, 6.8 assists, and 46.7% isn't bad. The 3-point percentage is bad. But what I'm worried about, or what I would be worried about if I was a Phoenix Sun fan, is 264 turnovers, 64 games. You do the math, that's 4.125. That's how much he averages turnovers, a game every time he plays point guard. Now, if you check the stats here, last season, on the leaders on turnover averages, it's Trae Young with 4.1. So he'd basically be tied with Trae Young for most turnovers averaged in the NBA. And that's all positions. When he's a point guard, 4.125. That's how many turnovers he averages. So that right there tells you that Devin Booker isn't really a point guard. He's going to be, he's going to have to make those passes that Chris Paul was making to get the offense going. And that's not him. He's a scorer. He's a Kobe-like guy, I don't like saying it, but Devin Booker does resemble a lot to Kobe. And Kobe wasn't the player to be out there getting his teammates involved. No, he was going to get his bucket. He could probably, get you 5-6 assists, average that. But, scoring was their main thing. And now you're going to ask Devin Booker to play point guard. Many people have been saying, oh yeah, Devin Booker, this last season, he's been really good at point. 17 games without Chris Paul, he was running point, 29 points, 8.2 assists. Devin Booker, he's going to have the primary handling. But I'm telling you this right now, it's a lot different because a lot of these games happened, when Chris Paul was out and there was no KD yet. So it was just Devin Booker. And you can ask LeBron James. He had trouble adjusting when he got to the Heat, and that's why they had all that disaster in 2011 finals. It's really easy to play when you're the guy and there's not another guy who you have to worry about giving the ball, where no one else is going to complain to you that they ain't getting the ball. At the time they had Jay Crowder and they had, Shamit, they had a Kogle, they had all these guys who were 3-and-Ds. So Devin Booker was the main ball handler. He'd drive in, try to get his bucket. If not, kick it out. And if, let's say, Shamit, he didn't get a shot that game, you think he was going to tell, hey, Booker, you're taking too many shots? No, he's not going to tell him that because he's a role player. If he doesn't get the ball, that don't matter. Devin Booker got his 40 points. He's the man. There's nobody else was on his level unless he had DeAndre Ayton crying about his baskets because he was doing that last season. That was a problem between, Booker, Ayton, KD, and CP3. But, now Devin Booker, he's going to run point with Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. So he's definitely what Devin Booker's instinct is. I'm going to get my bucket first. If not, I'll get you involved. But if Devin Booker, he's going to have guys like Bradley Beal, KD, and DeAndre Ayton get mad if he's over here taking his shots and missing them. Let's say he has an off game. He shoots, the first 5 baskets. He only makes 1. And then he goes and shoots again. They're gonna get mad at him. And that was one thing about the 2011 Miami Heat was LeBron James would get 2 buckets and then he'd be like, I gotta get D Wade the ball. I came to D Wade's team, And Dwayne Wade has even said there was a lot of hesitation in that 2011 Bron because he was worried about Dwayne Wade not getting mad and messing up, team chemistry. So he looked for D Wade when LeBron was going on a roll. And that's why there was a lot of hesitation until Dwayne Wade said, this is your team. And then the next 3 years, LeBron James just took over. And, the Heat had a lot more success. And he wasn't really fumbling in the fourth quarters because, LeBron James would get a bucket and then be like, oh, we got to go to D-Wade. It was a lot of imbalance. They got to have those conversations for it to work. But you got 4 guys, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, all going to want the ball, all going to want the buckets. That's too many guys. The Warriors, it worked because Draymond Green, he was happy, averaging his triple singles. He wasn't going to complain to KD, Clay, and Curry, who were all-time scorers, You had 2 of the best shooters of all time, and then you had one of the greatest, if not the greatest scorer we ever seen in KD. You think Draymond was going to cry about him not getting buckets? No, those 3 guys were a lot better at getting buckets. And, when Draymond did cry about it, boom, KD left, But this is why many people say it's time to trade DeAndre Ayton because you got so many guys that are scorers, and Ayton is a scorer too. That's why everyone's saying, oh, Ayton to Boston for Robert Williams would work, or him for Miles Turner would work, or for Mitchell Robinson would work, because it really would. All they don't need a guy that's a scorer. They need a guy who's better on defense than offense. DeAndre Ayton is better at offense than defense. That's his thing. And those other 3 guys I named, they're a lot better defensively. They're going to get you boards, exactly what the Suns need. But at the moment, they have too many guys who want to get their buckets. And that's what they strive off. And I don't think that's going to work, especially when the guy that's running point is going to be tied with Trae Young last year with most turnovers. And his first instinct when he gets the ball is to shoot. Or it's not going to be to pass like Chris Paul. So that's going to cause problems. So I don't really believe this Suns super team is going to work. And I know many Suns fans are hyped right now, but I'm telling you this right now. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, they're both very similar players. They're bucket getters. You needed a facilitator. You didn't get it. Now, the Suns are going to suffer. At first, I could see it working out. But later on, people are going to figure it out. A lot of turnovers, a lot of bad chemistry, and then they're going to have to look to trade for a point guard. Unless they get one before the season arrives and they put Bradley Beal at the small forward, Booker at the 2, and the point guard at the 1, then I think it could work. But at the moment, if you want to put Devin Booker as point guard, it will not work. But anyways, leave a comment down below if you think Bradley Beal to the Suns will work out and if Devin Booker can't be the point guard. But anyways, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and thank you guys for watching.